I'm an actress and musician. I started off as an actress because it felt like a very natural platform. I'd been doing poetry in high school and performing it at the music festivals, so it felt like a more natural progression. But I'd always had this interest in music, and that came a little later. But I started out by writing my own music and just, performing it slowly to friends. Then I progressed to now calling myself a solo artist much later. I began singing because it's an expression that's very dear to me, and I have a lot to say, and I feel that it comes off well that way as well. I took up the guitar around 2010 thereabout, which is also the period when I recorded my first song, and I was using it primarily as an instrument for composition, and it also felt like it was the thing that could accompany my music. Like it's what was the most articulate vibration for my music. I can remember the first song that I played on the guitar. It goes by the name Lenda, which was also my first recording and release. The artist I admire, whom I don't even necessarily equate to fame, is known as Sufjan Stevens. I love his songwriting. I love the melodies, the way he plays the guitar, his expression, the content in his music, and that's what I look up to for my inspiration. I would say my fondest memories so far are really collective. I can't really point out to one, but it's always that moment when I get on stage and I feel that I connect with the audience. Like what I'm saying, what I'm singing, I connect with the audience, and it's not something that I'm pressing so hard to do, and it's just like they resonate with what I'm singing. Or when I get someone messaging me and saying, I was at work today and I was listening to a song, or I feel that you have something in you that you can still give a whole lot more, and I'm looking forward to your next work. That always just gets me going. Some of the most, I would say, profound experiences I've had with recordings and music that's from before my era has been Michael Jackson's record, like the vinyl. My dad had that, and lots of country music as well, and would play that a lot in the house. Plus we had KBC. KBC was a very multi-genre station. Like you could hear anything and everything from Franco, from the Conde. Everything just seemed to make sense. Like there was really good music. The production was top notch, and I didn't know that I was actually gravitating towards that from a very young age. And in the, let's say when was this? Without betraying the timing. Anyway, there was this when Mariah's first record came out, let's put it that way. My sisters and I really begged my dad to buy the cassette. So we were so excited. We had that and Don Carlos, and would play that constantly. And I remember writing down the lyrics at the back of my exercise books in primary school. And I looked up to those artists because it felt like something I wanted to be, and yet it felt like it was so far. What goes through my mind before getting on stage is first, the audience had better show up, because sometimes it can get a bit unpredictable. And second, that the sound had better be right. It had better work for my set. And third, it's a moment to connect with the audience. So I try to step back and just let it be, let myself be, and go into that zone where I can let loose and express what I need to express. Yes. How I'm able to balance music with my other obligations is by working on a tight schedule, or working with a tight schedule, where I know that if I'm going to be doing performances at a certain period, then I'm able to pre-plan. And sometimes I don't feel like it's much of a balance because there are other things that seem to take over. One, I'm a parent of one. Two, being an actress and also a voiceover artist means that there are times that I also have to dedicate my time and my focus on these other crafts. Being that sometimes music doesn't quite bring in the monetary returns that are expected. So all of these other things also help me to create other streams of income that can push me and be able to pay for expenses such as studio time. The other thing that I do outside music that I feel sparks inspiration and generates that much more creativity is through working with other artists as a mentorship sort of situation. I work with a community center in Dandora where I'm able to interact with artists who are also looking to build their brands, and they're looking to record music and put themselves out there. So working with them is quite refreshing and challenges me to be more. I feel that technology has really boosted sales and has boosted music in terms of making it a much more vibrant business module, let me put it that way. Like you're able to formulate a much more lucrative business model out of technology and out of digitization as well. But at the same time, I feel like it's taken away from that very authentic and organic process of creating music and putting it out to the audiences, because everything and anything is out there and accessible. The thing we can do as artists is monetize on all of these platforms and opportunities that are out there in order to build stronger brands and get a more lucrative deal out of what you're working with. I'm an activist and an idealist, and I admire artists who are able to use their music for social change. So I am creating music that goes along with that. It's a bit tricky, if I may put it that way, but that's the one thing that I feel also drives the content and message in the music. Hi, I'm Valentine Zikki. They're doing this take because I didn't get the first take right. So you are watching Urban Artfit, which is a fantastic show. And yeah, I'm a caffeine addict. Yay!
I can see